The girl. Let her go. Are we watching a movie? That's an old thing. Shut up! Come closer, and I'll kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Is that Mai? Whoa! Guy did it. Let's go. Okay. Interesting start. Oh, Pheonix. This is an interesting. I guess it is also episode 4. It was the first case of my long-time mentor, Mia. It was Mia. Fugitive data. Picture. Name: Terry Falls. Charge: kidnapping, murder. Sentence: death penalty. After escaping, Flawless met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain after 8 hours after his escape. Hawthorne? That name sounds familiar. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Oh. Also flawless, I guess. That's the pun. 6 years earlier, Mia Fey. Trial. Oh, we're playing as Mia? February 16, 9:24 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby, number 4. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Wait. It's a trial one as well, so yeah. We're not even going to explore stuff. Yay! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing. I swear I didn't kill nobody. Terry Flawless, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now, well, a prison escapee. Oh, I wonder if he did it. Well, doesn't matter if he did it or not. We're a lawyer, and we gotta get them the non-guilty verdict. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Oh, sorry. I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. I'm sorry for asking, bud. You're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was strict, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when he crashed. And then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. Oh, the police that believes that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet the policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet up with the victim. But I didn't kill her! She was alive when I left. She was alive! It's true. You can trust him, right? I mean, I should. What do we have? Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Proof of my profession. It's brand new and sparkles in the light. Nice. Terry Falls, the client, sentenced to death 5 years ago, escaped from custody 2 years ago. Can you be sentenced to death and then not be, well, killed for 5 years? But Valerie Hawthorne. Hawthorne? Where did we see that name before? Is it like a plant? Is that why I remember like having seen Hawthorne before? Police officer and the victim, the key witness in this case against Folds 5 years ago. Who are you and why do you look like Godot? I'm like, hide half his face. Yeah, that looks like Godot, alright. And also, well, he's also clothes, like, he's wearing the same kind of clothes that Godot wears, right? Just a different color. Like, that's striking red, holy moly. You are not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how a little kitten was doing all alone in this big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you would like someone to play with. Where is Mr. Grossberg? That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it is me, Diego Armando. Perfect, like... I didn't think it was gonna be like a Spanish guy. Okay. Diego Armando. I didn't say... so Diego Armando. The finest attorney of Grossberg law offices is here for me? No. You got it all wrong. Today, you are the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. An escaped death row convict for our first client. Thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? Bad if it's like someone that is renowned for never having failed a case, right? However, unlike a certain nobody who I won't mention, he has earned a reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. A genius? Well, it is about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours and let's go time. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Ooh. February 16th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 4. Yep, look at that. What was the voice I gave for you? I don't remember. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand that the lawyers for both sides are newcomers, right? Yes, Your Honor. I am Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite a early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, eh? Come on, Mia. You can't lose, not to someone younger than you. Young people running a trial, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct? Precisely, Your Honor. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day after the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered, so we are here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. Oh wait, that was Mia. You got it, kitten. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. That girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. Didn't she shoot the victim? We'll have to see. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful currents. Currents. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away, huh? That police woman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be exactly the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. It's so funny looking Edgeworth, like, look at the baby face. Oh, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago with only one thing on his mind: to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Oh, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Hey, wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I am not sure I care for your war choice, or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. You're younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Miss Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I called the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Detective Gumshoe? Let's go! Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe. Geek Gumshoe, I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am! You got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart is aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Oh, okay, I get it. I got it. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away, sir. The victim was certain Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran of the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Oh, yes, sir, I gotcha. Alright, then let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. Oh, it's back at the Eagle River, I guess. This is a sketch of a dusky bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River, the one I mentioned before. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at the police station checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. Wouldn't they just throw her down? That would have been like the smartest thing to do. I see. Did he try to get her to the hospital and then failed? Not sure. Let's get bridge map added to the court record. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. There was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Oh, why, Miss Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you, wagging a finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony, then. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Okay. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the surgeon and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Oh, I feel like someone else killed her. But then it's trying to pin it on that guy, right? Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now then, would the defense please hurry up proceed with the cross-examinations? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examinations are coming right up. Hey, Bambino. Settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cool battlefield, alright? Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got. Kitten. I don't like the way to say kitten with that accent. Bambino is like... Gatito. Gatito? Do they say that line? Do they say it like that? It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember, there's court proceedings videos you stayed up all night watching. Get some sleep, woman. You need it. Especially for like a case like this. But yeah, we only have the bridge. That's like 5 yards. Which I found out is about 5 meters, which is kind of funny. We also have... Yeah, no, it's a baby! And Diego Armando. A hotshot lawyer, my senior rival at the office. A bit smug. And the gumshoe. Homicide detective in charge of the initial investigation. Still new to his position. Only 26. And I find it funny that they made him look so much younger. He looks like he's 18 and not 20. Maybe even younger. And then Terry Falls. What if it's also like a pun on folds, right? Or no, not fawn. Oh well, hold it, let's go. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was a defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yep, and hope she can remember that she left on her desk. Confidential police material written by the victim. Okay. According to this note, it seems it was the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's the detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it was that way because the prosecutor told me to. Is that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. It's like, don't already tell our secrets here, mate. What did he try? February 14, 121. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear its white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. The whole truth must come out. The whole truth must come out. I wonder what you meant. A bridge up in the mountain, but why meet there? Because it is a very important place for the defendant. That's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of that occurred was, of course, a dusky bridge. Your very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Oh yeah, we were really on the ball there. We found a criminal within 1 hour of the murder. Was great. We even got to say, don't move. We've got you surrounded. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? If that is what had happened, then she would not have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Hall, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I noticed it earlier, maybe it should still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. The criminal stuffed her body in his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls had a car then? The bridge is way up in the mountain, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. It's only from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Stabbed in the back, right? Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yup. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. Well, talking about a woman here, yeah. You can tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange of noteworthy in the trunk of the car? There's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. Well, I do. Oh! Let me hold up here. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing? I won't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. It is what they always says, Your Honor. Then they always says, sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems that he was caught and arrested. Precisely. I'm curious about that little thing at the top, so I'm gonna... I can't even present. That was the wrong one. That was not what I wanted to present. I wanted to present the other photo. No, don't save. Don't save. She doesn't have a white scarf. Yeah, there you go. Witness! Yeah. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. Totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little gatito. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective! Oh, yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about this, correct? Oh, yep, that's what I said. Well, then I suggest that you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten about what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request. Oh, I have one simple question for you, detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we couldn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. Did you stop there? You could have looked for it. Oh! The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I would expect that she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. What? The scarf you are searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance? Hey, Edgeworth is a perchance guy. Let's go, baby, let's go. Also, that's not white, that's blue. Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. The hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it is close enough for what it was intended for. It looked like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. Well, Edgeworth doing what Edgeworth's doing, I guess. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I would like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his mommy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively that, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I cannot wait to hear it all. Everything is moving at his whim. Do not fear, do not forget it. There is a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Event on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there is an irony who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. So that must have been when the scarf fell off. Sounds unlikely. Looking at this photo. You really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. 40 feet drop. That's like 15 meters, right? 14 meters? Like 13 to 14 meters, I think. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? I'll let you say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha, a potential witness. And why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, there is no reason to compel them to testify. I am not sure how I feel about that. So as you can see, there falls at both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point, what happened on that bridge. Oh, the truth is becoming clear to me now. What? Yes, it's quite obvious. It's clearly guilty. Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. True. What do you mean? Let's see. Actually, there's an eyewitness there who was there when they took place. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. A female college student? Yep, that's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in the front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as an attorney for the defense, I had the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we are not relying on the witness' statement, and that is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. You absolutely must hear about her testimony. You will have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. The victim is wearing a scarf in the photo, alright. So, but the witness who took this photo, what was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of the white flowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora in that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, I don't think it's a ghost. I think that's a cloud. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Was it drizzling? Oh, it is. Yeah, okay. I was like, I didn't see no rain. Oh, no, never mind. I do see the rain. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this court right now. Looks like the cold front is moved in. In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I haven't slipped and fell while I was on that bridge. It was really something. Glad you're here with us. Anyway, the victim shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. How? They were face to face. Is that part of the witness testimony as well? Oh, of course it is. They pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on the stomach. I remember that happening once before. Myself, I was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or were you the one pushing? What is it? Does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales of the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Save your nasty look for the right person. Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? Did you need to hint that to me that like this is where it's wrong? Okay, it was not the scarf. I'm pointing fingers. Is it the fact that like... Oh, no, it's not the fact that they're like face to face with another. No, that's also not the one. I'm trying to like see, because I think if that would have been where it fell off, then couldn't have made it. Couldn't have been possible. She's not wet. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a general soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with this, the soggy atmosphere. Oh, but here's a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions of the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us of what isn't right. Also, with this music coming in, it means that I have to point. What is about this photo that doesn't make sense? Her clothes are not wet. Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can tell, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what is strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions of the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat must have been covered in mud. Well, that is exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. I do admit that the scene the what? Crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of on the muddy street, your gorgeous hockey beard, pride of the league, would be wet but not muddy. Oh well, fortunately I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. What? Here's the evidence that proves that the surface of the bridge was muddy. The evidence is the scarf. Oh! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge itself was also covered in mud. Ugh, no, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Don't, hey, said to you, buddy, don't call me bimbo. Miss face is certain, it makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? What? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. This is really giving me a choice here. You're doing pretty well for a little gatito. Mr. Armando, no matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It is either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the scarf, or the victim's testimony that stated that she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Ooh. If we can make it so that it's the victim, not the witness. The false evidence, it's either one of those three. If we're gonna make it so that it's the witness, then we can bring her over here. What you just said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was a coffee aficionado over there that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He is the one trying to slip false evidence into court. Oh. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes. False evidence in this case is the... I think it's a testimony, right? It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That is true. It is not just true, it is the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy wonder of it, they would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the witness, the eyewitness. Testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Sorry about that, Gumshoe. First time, but like already a bad time. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we will need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding their witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well, please bring forth your witness at this time. Mr. Edgeworth said, kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Also, who is this witness? Do we know them? I don't think we do, right? Well, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? The fact that they're like keeping it suspense like this is very suspicious. What are you doing here? Why did I think of her as well? I think I know why. For one, the first episode of the Trial and Tribulation also had her, right? So like they're bringing her back. I'm so silent that I can hear their hearts go and play the platter. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as the double-double and a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. What? Whoa, not so fast. And also, is that sexual harassment? As I've said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. I thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man. Such a gentleman, it sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry to all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. No, it wasn't. Wasn't she named something Hawthorne? What? I wanna look up my first episode of Trials and Tribulation. Trials and Tribulation 0102. Mute myself. Don't want to hear that. Dahlia. Dahlia, but what? Dahlia Hawthorne. Why did you change your name? I'm a freshman in the literature department. You wouldn't have seen them when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you're the one who took this photo? Is this accurate? How can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Eh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Oh no, I don't like the turn this has taken. She's staring at me. And you would be? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Faye. I see. So you are... No, she doesn't know Pheonix at this point, does she? Does she? No. Also, Mia and Pheonix have like no relation in this at this moment. Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Also, it's weird that Mia didn't remember Melissa or Dahlia the first game, like the first time. What? This is so confusing. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wild flowers. And then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. So you're the one that called the police to stand here. Wait, what? By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. Without a road? Those clothes? So you took the photo from that location, eh? I bought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Oh, what a cute camera. Just like its owner. Melissa Foster took the winner's photo with this, a small but powerful model. Alrighty, then. Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the rap of my gavel. Please don't. Okay, so we're gonna be in like a big trouble. I was using my cam. Yep. We've heard that before. 19. Why is she here though? I'm so confused on why she appears. What is her name? Is it... Now I don't even trust if Dahlia is her name. I don't even think Melissa is her name either. Nor do I think it's Foster or Dahlia Hawthorne. Because if they were related, then they would have the similar eyes, right? But she does not. She has like very unique eyes compared to like a lot of the other people. Especially the shading on them. Those are the one, like, her most striking features are her double braids on the top of her head and her shaded eyes, right? Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. Oh, I know how you feel. It is just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait till I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Then I noticed there were two people standing on the suspension bridge. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl, I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation, so I decided to watch them. Like some kind of peeping Tom. Oh, no. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too, in fact. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Too much information, Your Honor. In any case, it is perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them, especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very thoroughly. And suddenly they just started fighting. It is so weird that she says like, oh, they were just two regular people, and it's like... Were they? One looks like she's gonna be like a super assassin, and the other one looks like a, well, looks and is kind of an escapee inmate, you know? That's very weird. Also she does have the cliff on the left side. Well, do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. Why are you crying? I would never eavesdrop. I got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the windows down to your level. Okay, at least I didn't get penalized for that. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it, and since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Smells like a lie to me. Oh, yes, I understand completely. Even now, I cannot completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So I wanted to be a comedian, eh? No, not that any of it has any bearing on this. All I could do was use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. And right after that, I called the police. Is there anything that like looks off so far? Especially like the fighting in the bridge. Are you kidding me? You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was very clearly tough luck for the criminal, eh? Terry Falls isn't a criminal. And there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, Gatito. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're going to have to come up with something good, Mia. Okay, so there is something that was like a lie. Suddenly they started fighting, but it doesn't look like anything was roughed up. It's not that. Here we go, easy on me because I'm new. No. None of the judges go easy. Is it even that one? Okay, it was the fact that like they were fighting and then something big was about to happen. The photo just shows them like talking. Witness, when you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? What I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Oh, well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oh no. Oh no. Well, my apologies, young lady, but Miss Fraser certainly is not without a certain amount of merit. Can't certainly downplay the situation, can he? I'm sorry, I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the white flowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. It seems like Miss Fraser's surgeon was not so decisive after all. Wait, just a minute. Nope. Well, if you had no film, then you couldn't very well take more pictures. Miss Foster. Perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well, let's get back then to the cross-examination. Let us hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. It looks like the other kitten in the other gatito in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. I was using my camera to take some photos of wild flower. What happened? Oh, okay, they changed these two. Tried to run away. You only got about 10 years before you got stabbed in the back. What do you mean you got away? There was no way of getting away. Okay, well, I'll take that. The victim. Why do you think she tried to run away? With a police ring. She certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal. This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If he had been a craggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Craggy? Come on. If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. Is there something wrong with this testimony? Obviously there is. Where would you run off to? Witness, your testimony is a joke. Eh? What? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You see there were two contradictions? It's simple. Take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if there were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then... Oh, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't even have run 5. Yep. That would have been already like way more. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Wow. Wow. What does this all mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That is all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court. Just a moment, Your Honor. Miss Edgeworth? Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What? What did you say? What are you referring to? So because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It is a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying... I'm saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair, there is no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. Ah, poo, I can't even see it from here either. Ah, come on. That's ridiculous. You can actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I was just looking at it. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. That guy is good. Eh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. The diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? A coward. Well, Miss Faye, it seems you have once again made a reckless accusation. I'm so sorry. I could have been more careful myself. Oh, no. It was not your fault at all. Now then, shall we get on with the trial? I would like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right then, young lady. May I ask you again to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. Oh, well, on your side, Miss Foster. There is no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Running from the crime. Wow. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms, and then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If you accept this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh, well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great matcha latte. This trial isn't over yet. That's what I like to hear. Okay then, Miss Faye. Your cross-examination, if you please. The contradiction staring you in the face, Mia. Go for the attack. Is it? I don't know. They stabbed her in the back, quickly picked her up, and then carried her over to the car. Okay, it was obvious. Okay, sure. Let's hold it. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall. Of course she did fall down the bridge. If she had fallen down, she would have seen that she was dirty, and if that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady, of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. We're one step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? And then they carried her over to the car. You personally witnessed that? Yes. Did anything strange happen when they did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. You mean this scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. I suppose that was the only way. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be so difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried the dead body on the bridge like that? Well, the matter of the fact is that they did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Ooh, because he knows that it couldn't have been possible. Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, then please share it with the rest of us. You couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't you say? Yes, but that mountain is famous amongst hikers. Surprisingly number of people go up there. But it's February, right? It was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and channeling dojo there. You know those monks, they just love cold isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse would have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what he witnessed with her own eyes. I'm sorry, I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. And you're absolutely certain that was my client who was carrying the body? Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face... So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent! You're a remarkably honest young woman. Something about this testimony is bothering me. Hey, Gatito, have you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Why not? Eh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something. Like a piece of evidence. That's right, Mia. Go present something, you've got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all. So why did you even say it like that? A killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, the East River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Oh! In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and was never found. Oh. If 10 murders were to occur in that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order, order, order. I'm not sure if I care to put, for the way you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit it does seem odd to not have thrown the body into the river. Oh. Well, Mr. Edgeworth. How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. Double objection. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's most certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise this mean lady might yell at you again. What is he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked up and then he carried her over to the car. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. Broke into the car? Why? Because he had stolen it. What did the man do then? Well, naturally, got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. And so that's when you called the police. You sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. I still think it is extremely weird for her to have seen all of that. Because there's a bridge. Not... okay. I want to see if I can make it. If it's like another one that's like... yeah, okay, it was that. She could not have seen it. Because of the mountain in the way. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. How did you know it was stolen? You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at this diagram once again. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? A photograph was taken. Oh, the timer function. Do you see what I mean? Even if you try to see the car, the outcropping of rocks is clearly in the way. That is right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large cropping of rocks. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. Wait. I'm so sorry, but it just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness presenting this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your very own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Oh! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But you still claim to have been able to see the killer's car? No. Order, order in the court. What is the meaning of this, ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled from in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Mr. Judge? Oh, what is it? You guys even hear? Are you guys hearing the outside? I'm gonna close my window because there's some walking being done. I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Oh, Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair. Save the tears for later, gatito. Miss Armando, don't look back at until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, gatito. But you need to relax. And then you need to remember. The other gatito's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did you know that? How did you know that they broke into the trunk? Oh, well, Miss Forster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Armando, yes! Well, witness. I'm certain that I broke into the trunk because there was marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from when they broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. It's true. They certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk had been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side still. I can't make any mistakes here. That means time to save. What you just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? How did you know about it? Melissa Foster. Looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wild flowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches? The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her. I am getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be fast if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there is only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... she put the corpse in herself. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. What? The person who really hit the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? But that is ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one to put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But they stole the car. They stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. I see. True. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That wouldn't have been Mr. Falls who put the body in the trunk. Preposterous! To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that you took? The corpse could have only been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And where did you know about it? That at the time she was taking photographs. This is your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Let's take another look at the camera and see what features it has, shall we? There's a timer built into it, and even a mini tripod. Oh! Why, it's almost as if she had bought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera as auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? Can I find out? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? I think she was over here. There or here? Naturally, the witness was standing right here. Well, what do you think, Miss Edgeworth? Nope. Before finding out where the witness was standing, Miss Hay should do something herself. She should figure out where she stands, if you catch my drift. Oh, don't worry, the drift was certainly caught. Ah, yes, failure is an excellent opportunity for growth. Now try better. Okay, thank you. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident occurred? Did she go into the car? Was she hiding here? She could have been everywhere. Right here, I think. In the spot where the defendant's car was? Yes. She had to put the car in the trunk before the defendant returned. You don't mind if I ask one teeny-weeny question, do you, Miss Faye? Uh-oh, he's got that condescending tone in his voice again. If she put the body in the trunk at that time, as you suggest, that must mean that the Valerie Hawthorne was already dead at that point. Correct? Indeed. Please take a look at the top of Dusky Bridge. It certainly looks to me like the victim is still alive. Am I mistaken? If Valerie Hawthorne was already dead, then who is this? The mountain is famous for spirits, so maybe you think it was the ghost of the victim. We could ask her. Well, it could have been a spirit, right? Miss Faye, don't waste the court's time with this kind of foolishness. Oh, okay. Anyway, I still maintain that the witness was in a different place at the time. Are you certain? I most certainly am. Well then, where? That just now made me realize that the way she was here. Was right here. But that's where the victim Miss Hawthorne was standing. Order, order, order. Miss Faye, what on earth are you doing? They do say 3 times the charm, but... Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. I love the made the car also move. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course Miss Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your very own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped him get convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. You couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You are just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? It's all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. So that's why he asked for the scarf. Mr. Falls has forgotten the victim's face, and that's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the... Dahlia! Dahlia Hawthorne. That is your real name. You are Valerie Hawthorne's sister. How do you look so different? Why did you kill your own sister? In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Maybe she even has makeup or something on to look different. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No! Did you just fall on the... She did fall on the ground. What? Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She took out the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. And then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait for their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well. This court is now in recess. To be continued. That was a cool one. I like that one. I didn't expect to see Dahlia again. And I guess like now it makes sort of sense on why like Dahlia's name is different. She's faking her name in this one. I thought for a second I made the wrong recording. That would have been bad. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Where we're going to be trying to put everything on Dahlia this time, right? It's kind of weird though. Like, would you be able to run or be outside and still continue university if she had killed her sister? Or is Fool's going to be killed anyway? I'm so confused. Where is it gonna lead? No idea. It's already been a week. Holy moly. I do episodes so slowly. I do. Oh well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. And bye.